18-6 for Johnny Walker and 9-1 for Jamahal Hill. Slightly longer average fight time for Johnny Walker, but I do think that's been pushed up because of his last fight being a 25-minute one. 2-inch height advantage, 3-inch reach advantage, 15 wins by knockout compared to 5 for Jamahal Hill, and 2 wins by submission compared to none for Jamahal Hill. What are your thoughts?
I thought Jamahal Hill might get the win. Yeah.
Did you go back and forth on it, or was it pretty kind of clear? Yeah, no, I think he's going to do it.
The thing is with...
So make an argument for Johnny Walker for me then. If Johnny Walker's going to win, how's he going to win?
I think it'd be something like really flamboyant, out of the blue. Yeah, I don't think. The thing is with Jamahal Hill, I think he can keep more of a consistent pace over a longer period of time, whereas Johnny Walker, I mean, we obviously saw him against Santos, but he didn't really I don't know if he really got started, to be honest, in that fight.
No. You know, to me, it seems a little bit like there's like an adjustment period moving to a new gym.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it looks to me like especially in that last fight against Santos, because I was impressed with a few things. I was impressed with the fact that he wasn't leaping and going wild and putting himself at risk. I was impressed with the fact that he was using a lot of feints and he was making Santos really uncomfortable. And I was impressed with it that he didn't really get caught with anything massively significant. And we've seen him hurt. I mean, at that Ryan Spann fight where he ran onto a big shot, like every time I see that dude off Family Guy. Inflatable arm flailing tube man, what was it? Electrical inflatable arm flailing tube man. Hi, I'm Al Harrington. Whatever his name is. It's just how his arms kind of...
Yeah, he was a bit Bambi, kind of Bambi on ice.
I think that's the worst thing about being tall and getting knocked out. It was the same thing with Modestus, wasn't it, when he got clipped by Jimmy Crute?
Yeah.
Bless him. Baby giraffe. Yeah. Like Johnny Walker, I think he's improving, and I think he's a force in this division, given the fact that he's big, strong, and conditioned, and he's travelled around the world training, so you've got to imagine he's got a real skill set. He'd do well to train with Yuri Prochazka. I know they're in the same weight class, but holy shit, that'll be a fight.
Yeah, it's like, do you think he's trying to like hone that like flamboyancy and create craziness, I guess, in his style? If it's like kind of, if someone takes it and just makes it a bit more like pinpoint and just like tweaks it, and you can still be flamboyant and crazy, but at the right moment.
Exactly. And that's what John Kavanagh's going to have done. Like someone like John Kavanagh's going to have seen Johnny Walker come into the gym and gone, okay, I need to give this madness some structure. I don't want to take any of the craziness away, because he wins with flying knees and spinning back fists. So if we take those elements out of his game, he's considerably less dangerous. And I think that's what we saw against Santos. I think he was a bit too constrained in that fight. Maybe in his own mind, trying to prove his new style, or trying to not prove it, trying to put it to use basically. I think because there is a lot of chaos in his game, it shows that there's not a massive amount of planning. And I think that's sometimes where he pays, is he leaps into range without having a plan as to what he might meet as he's leaping through air. And that's when he gets clipped and caught with stuff against people that are going to stand their ground. A lot of the time he's catching people and knocking them out when they're covering up and defending, because they see him flying and they just don't want any part of it. Someone like a Corey Anderson or a Ryan Spann, who waits for you to step in and just meets you with power. I think Jamahal Hill might be that kind of person. Like he's very good at kind of standing at range and measuring with his lead hand and smashing with that rear straight. And he's got a wicked body and head kick.
I think he'll be able to read the kind of chaoticness of Johnny. The only thing is, like, it's hard to argue against 15 finishes out of 18.
It is.
As well.
It is. But then, you know, the argument is, does he not have the same amount of finishes because he's not the same amount of fights?
I guess,
you know?
yeah. And like, anyone who gets their arm snapped and kind of carries on.
he was not giving up. He'd have carried on fighting with one arm. There's no doubt. I mean, I was impressed with Johnny Walker against Santos. I know he didn't get the decision, but it was a very it was a very subdued Thiago Santos, and that's not the guy that we've seen in previous fights. Usually he's the one that goes flying at his opponents. I mean, he nearly put Glover Teixeira out of there. He took Yan out in the third round as well, didn't he? He's a dangerous fighter. Went the distance with John Jones as well with no knees. I was impressed. I keep saying it. I was impressed with Johnny Walker in that last fight. I don't know as he's made the adjustments necessary to be able to put a massive amount of offensive forward, but I also don't know as Jamahal Hill's got the amount of experience that he would need to deal with someone like Johnny Walker if he does start being a bit wild.
Yeah. The thing, imagine like Johnny learned a lot from that, having 25 minutes against someone like Thiago as well. It was 20? Was it?
It was, yeah, 5 rounder, yeah.
Like even if you don't win, you have the experience within that time frame with someone of that experience. So
yeah, he carried an event. It's not a big deal him stepping up to a main event. This one's going to be a 5 rounder, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this was initially a 3 rounder. So that's another thing. Like Jamal's last fight was 48 seconds, and Johnny Walker's last fight was 25 minutes. I'm just looking now. I don't know as Jamahal Hill's fought over 25 minutes. I mean, he went the distance with Stosic, but that was only 3 rounds. Daquan Townsend. Oh, that was 5-5s. Okay. So KOP 62. He fought Daquan Townsend, I guess, for a belt. Yeah, light heavyweight championship. Daquan Townsend had a rough run in the UFC as well, didn't he?
Do you think his style would suit that the 25 minutes against someone like Johnny Walker? Because he isn't as like flamboyant or crazy, and he is a bit more reserved and a bit more like patient, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And he's not particularly heavily muscled either. I mean, he's not. You know what I mean? Like compared to Johnny Walker, he doesn't. Like if one of them goes to the gym to lift weights, you can tell which one it is. Let's put it that way. And I do think that's a benefit to him because he's not like Al Hassan, where he's just heavily muscled, and if he throws one shot, he's going to exhaust him and empty his gas tank. He can keep going and keep peppering and keep firing. And I think the best game plan for him is exactly what he did against Ovince St. Preux.
Yeah.
Because if I'm him, although I've got a good kick, I've got a good left kick, and I can hammer the lead leg, I can beat up his body and catch him in the head. And Santos did catch him in the body a few times with that kick. I do think it's a good option for Jamahal Hill, but I think he'd be smarter to take the space away from Johnny Walker and do what he did to OSP and just box his face off. That was a really impressive performance, and he was very, very fast off the mark.
Yeah.
And I think if he's nice and disciplined and direct and he stays, within punching range, it kind of takes away a lot of the wildness of Johnny Walker. He might not be springing with knees and stuff, especially if he's been training to kind of calm down a bit.
Yeah. It's good. I think it's a good opportunity for Jamahal.
Which way you go?
I'm going to stick with Jamahal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I keep going back and forth, honestly, because I can see, because for me, Johnny Walker is making improvements. Obviously the Ryan Spann fight was not going well until it went well, and he's showed how dangerous he is there with a few hammer fists and an elbow. But I don't think Jamahal Hill's going to be trying to grapple with him. I do think he's going to be trying to strike with him, and that's where we've seen Johnny Walker caught and clipped. But then going 25 minutes with Santos puts him in good stead in my mind for a main event. It's a hard one to pick.
Yeah,
I have high hopes for Jamahal. I think he's got a real bright future in this division.
Yeah,
and I like his style. It's aggressive and it's accurate, and there's no unnecessary flamboyance to it. It's kind of the opposite of Johnny Walker's style, which is predominantly flamboyance.
Yeah, I think if I was going to pick, like logically, I probably would, just purely because of his experience in the UFC as well.
Yeah,
but I'm a big fan of Jamahal. I think he's got a lot of potential.
Yeah. I'm gonna go the same way, Jamie. I'm gonna pick Jamahal Hill as well.
Nice.
Yeah, although it's a tough one to pick, this one.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of I'm keeping high hopes for Jamahal Hill. I think he could be an interesting addition to this division, and he's not undersized either. I mean, look at his height and reach, 6'4" and 79 inches. It's not going to be a massive difference when he's in there against Johnny Walker, especially if Walker's standing with his back up against the fence like OSP was.
Do you think some of his southpaw the orthodox as well?
So Johnny does switch though, doesn't he?
Right.
Like he does switch. Yeah, it's not like he's not particularly settled in a stance. And Jamahal does switch his stance sometimes as well. If he's against OSP when he was fighting another southpaw, he looked kind of uncomfortable, so he kept switching to orthodox. He kept switching to orthodox just so they were opposite stances. But what was interesting with the Johnny Walker fight is that he was watching for Santos switching to southpaw for the body kick, and Hill's going to be southpaw all the time, so he's not going to have that same read on that body kick. Yeah, I'm going with Jamahal Hill.
Yeah, same.
Should be a banger though.
Yeah,
looking forward
to it.